Something's burning up behind the scenes, and it all ties back to that leaked baby drama clip. Fans are buzzed after a private moment between Scrappy and Shakira surfaced online. But what really set tongues wagging was the fallout in Atlanta's most explosive circle. Whispers have it that Rashida saw the clip and felt blindsided because the same night that video dropped, Karlie Redd was spotted celebrating with Scrappy's ex, throwing fuel on the fire. Now rumors are swirling that Rashida decided she'd had enough. Sources claim she stormed into Karlie's dressing room during a cast event, demanding, "You still want my husband?" Eyewitnesses say emotions ran high, voices cracked with anger, and security had to step in as the family was left divided. Even Mendices is reportedly caught between loyalty to his wife and the chaos of leaked DMs. Fans are shocked that a single clip could blow up long-standing friendships and test marriages on camera. Nobody saw this twist coming, and everyone's asking, did Karlie really cross a line? Or is Rashida overreacting to protect her marriage? Stay tuned, because this fight promises more betrayal, more tears, and a showdown that Atlanta won't forget. Rasheeda first saw the clip in the still dark hours of the morning, her phone buzzing with alerts long before she even opened her eyes. A short video of Scrappy and Shakira had made its way onto a popular gossip page. The original laughter taken out of context to sound like a confession rather than an affectionate joke. Beneath it, a second video showed Karlie Redd replaying that same moment at a cast event, phone in hand, as if celebrating the drama. Rashida's heart sank. She remembered that night clearly. Kirk had taken her to a private dinner, promising a celebration of their wedding anniversary. She had laughed, leaning into Kirk's embrace, unaware that somewhere close by, Karlie was capturing Shakira's private moment and turning it into a weapon. Her mind raced as she scrawled comments. Karlie struck again. Rashida's marriage in jeopardy. Did Karlie betray her best friend? Fans were shocked, choosing sides. Some believed Rashida had every right to be furious. Others whispered that she was jealous of the spotlight Karlie always commanded. Rashida felt a rash of pain and fury. She rose from bed, pacing her bedroom, replaying every moment she had shared with Karlie. They had bonded over motherhood, over balancing careers with family life, over surviving an industry obsessed with sex and scandal. Could Karlie really have turned on her so callously? By the time Kirk emerged from the guest bathroom, yawning, Rashida's resolve was set. She pointed her phone at him, framed the clip on the screen. "Did you know about this?" He blinked, blurry-eyed. "Know about what?" She pressed play. Kirk's face paled as he realized the extent of the leak. "I heard someone had shared something," he began. Rashida cut him off. "Someone shared Shakira's private laughter, and you let it happen. And Karlie was the first one to repost it," Kirk stammered. "I didn't see Karlie share it. I only saw it trending after." Rashida shook her head, tears starting to burn. "You knew Kirk. You heard her laugh about it with the crew." Kirk closed his eyes, massaging his temples. "Rashida, I swear I didn't know she'd use it. That way, I thought it was harmless banter." Rashida's voice trembled. "Harmless banter made me look like a fool on every screen in Atlanta. I looked like a trophy wife, not like Kirk Frost, strong businesswoman and mother." Kirk reached for her, but she recoiled. "Please," he whispered, "not now." She turned away, slipping into jeans and a sweatshirt. Kirk grabbed his phone. "Give me a minute. Let me call someone." Rashida didn't wait. She grabbed her keys and left, heading to the studio where the next episode was shooting. She vowed she would confront Karlie face to face and clear the air once and for all. At the studio lot, the mood was electric. Crew members whispered in corners, gossiping about Rashida's sudden arrival. Reporters hovered near the gates. There, lenses trained on the looming glass building. Inside, Karlie Redd was on set, prepping for a solo interview. She was putting on lipstick, patting down her hair. Yet her eyes darted nervously to the monitors showing that leaked clip on loop. She could feel the weight of Rashida's gaze before the doors even opened. Rashida stepped onto the set, all business. Without ceremony, she approached Karlie mid-application of makeup. Karlie looked up, startled. "Rashida, what are you doing here?" Rashida didn't answer. She crossed her arms, voice low. "We need to talk now." Karlie swallowed, the brush in her hand hovering. "I'm in the middle of something." Rashida cut her off. "You're in the middle of ruining my marriage." A hush fell over the set. Extras froze, assistants dropped scripts. The director pinched the bridge of his nose. Cameras rolled, capturing unscripted reality. Karlie set the brush down and squared her shoulders. "I didn't post the clip, Rashida. I only watched it like everyone else." Rashida's eyes flared. "You were the first one smiling like you'd won a trophy. Don't play dumb." Karlie took a breath. "I was watching the clip to see if it was real. I had no idea my laughter would be taken as celebration." Rashida laughed. "A bitter, sound celebration. You were proud. You shared it in a group chat labeled Best Drama." Karlie's face softened. "That chat is just jokes, Rashida. We didn't think it would leak like this." Rashida shook her head. "So jokes now threaten my family. Kirk has been defending you all morning, saying you were just caught up in the fun." "Well, fun doesn't make me look like a fool on camera." Karlie stepped closer, her voice gentle. "I'm sorry this happened, but I didn't mean to hurt you." Rashida's stare hardened. "Sorry doesn't fix the damage." Kirk arrived on set then, having sprinted from home. He caught sight of the two women, tension so thick he could taste it. "Rashida," he said softly, "let's step away." Rashida shook him off. "No, I want Karlie to look me in the eye." Kirk glanced at Karlie, eyes pleading. "Just give me a minute." Rashida turned back to Karlie. "Do you still want my husband?" The question rang out, echoing off. The studio walls, assistants gasped. Extras shifted. Karlie's lips parted in shock. She opened her mouth to speak, but Rashida held up a hand. "Answer me." Kirk reached for Rashida's arm. "This isn't the time or place." But Rashida yanked away. "It's always time when my marriage is on the line." Karlie's jaw tensed. "I don't want Kirk like you want him." She met Rashida's gaze, voice firm. "I care about him as a friend." Rashida's eyes narrowed. "Friend? You were playing with my truth as if it were a storyline?" Tears glistened in her eyes. "I trusted you." Karlie's shoulders sagged. "I let you down, but I didn't set out to betray you." Rashida shook her head, voice soft but laced with pain. "Intent isn't enough when the fallout is real." Kirk stepped forward and wrapped an arm around Rashida's waist, guiding her back. "We have to go." Rashida hesitated, looking at Karlie. "I need space." She allowed Kirk to lead her away, leaving Karlie alone, breathless and shaken by the confrontation as they exited. Cameras caught Karlie standing in the spotlight of the set, hand pressed to her chest, expression haunted. Behind her, the monitors still replayed the leaked clip, a cruel reminder of how quickly private moments could become public weapons. Around the lot, whispers erupted into shouts. "Did you see Rashida's question?" "Karlie looks guilty. Is this the end of their friendship?" Backstage, Rashida leaned against a wall, head bowed. Kirk knelt before her, voice tender. "I'm sorry," he said. "I wish I could fix this." Rashida closed her eyes, pressing her forehead to his. "We'll figure it out," she whispered. Yet in her heart, uncertainty bloomed. She knew the road ahead would be fraught with betrayal, alliances tested, and the ever-watchful gaze of fans hungry for the next twist. Little did she know, the real storm was only beginning. The day after the explosive confrontation, the lot hummed with whispered speculation. Rashida arrived early, determination in her stride. Kirk trailed behind, running his hand through his hair, clearly still reeling from the previous encounter. They headed straight for the makeup trailer, bypassing the usual morning greetings. Rashida's mind replayed Karlie's stunned face. And now she needed more than an apologies, she needed answers. Inside the trailer, Rashida closed the door behind her. Kirk leaned against the counter, voice low. Do you really want to do this? She met his eyes. I need to protect us. He nodded, conflicted. She paced, phone in hand, scrolling through new clips of their fight. Each repost added a fresh layer of public scrutiny. She'd agreed to film the next scene, but her heart wasn't in it. Kirk reached for her hand. I'll be right beside you. She swallowed and let him guide her out. Karlie, meanwhile, was filming a confessional in the adjacent trailer. Her makeup was flawless, but her smile seemed brittle. She stared into the camera. I never wanted to hurt Rashida, she began softly. This industry thrives on drama, but I thought I was above it. She paused, blinking back emotion. I was friends with both of them. Now I feel like the villain. Assistant producers hovered outside, waiting for her cue. Karlie clenched her fists, determined to set the record straight. On set, the director called for scene 17, a stage brunch meant to show friendly banter. As cast members gathered around a rustic table, the tension crackled like static. Yandi arrived with a tray of fruit, greeting Rashida with a cautious hug. Rashida offered a stiff smile, then turned to Kirk, who handled the plates. Mendices slid into his seat opposite Karlie, who forced a small nod in Rashida's direction. The cameras rolled. The producer prompted, talk about your favorite memories on the show. Yandi took a breath. I've always cherished the sisterhood, she said, eyes drifting toward Karlie. The air shifted. Rashida's expression tightened. Karlie cleared her throat. Remember when we all did that charity event together? She asked, tone light. Rashida bristled, remembering the hush money rumor that had followed. She looked at Kirk, who flashed a weak grin. The friendly facade cracked. After a few scripted lines, Rashida spoke up. Voice softer than before, but firm. Karlie, can I ask you something? The producer swallowed, nerves visible. Karlie turned, eyebrows raised. Sure, Rashida's gaze was direct. Why did you share that clip with everyone watching? Karlie's lips parted, and for a moment, time froze. Fans behind the cameras waited, whispers drifting through the monitors. Karlie's breath hitched. She opened her mouth, then closed it, searching for words. Before she could answer, a distant phone alert sounded on his ringtone. She checked her phone under the table. It's from Shakira, she murmured. Kirk glanced at Rashida, confusion flickering. Yandi stepped back. Phone held out so everyone could see Shakira's name. The group exchanged glances. The drama had just shifted again. In the parking lot outside the set, Rashida and Kirk huddled around Yandi's phone. A new video clip had dropped on a gossip page. It showed Karlie whispering to Scrappy's ex about how juicy the leaked baby clip was, and promising more exclusives. Rashida's gasp echoed against the concrete walls. Kirk's face went pale. That wasn't you, he asked Karlie, voice cracking. Karlie shook her head, tears in her eyes. I never said that. But the clip was already viral, tampered with captions, making her voice sound mocking. Rashida's rage ignited anew. They're editing everything, she hissed. We can't even trust what's real. Yandi placed a hand on Rashida's shoulder. We'll get to the bottom of this. She looked at Kirk. I know it's your friend, but we need to stand together. Kirk inhaled, nodding. The three formed a silent pact in that lot. Expose the manipulation or be consumed by it. Returning to the set, Rashida's eyes burned with purpose. She crossed to the director and quietly explained she couldn't continue until they addressed the fake clip. The director exchanged a look with producers who debated whether to halt filming. Finally, a decision. Bring everyone together for an emergency shot. The crew scrambled, repositioning cameras for an impromptu roundtable. The cast took seats in a semicircle: Rashida, Kirk, Yandi, Karlie, and Mendices. The director called action. Let's clear the air, he said. Rashida leaned forward. This morning's clip is doctored. It's making me look insane. She glared at Karlie. Karlie's voice trembled. "I swear I never said those words." Mendices chimed in. "We're all targets here. Someone's trying to pit us against each other." Yandi nodded. "And we need to stop it." As the cameras captured their raw faces, whispers of solidarity began. Karlie wiped her eyes. "Rashida, I'm sorry you had to see that. I don't know who did it, but I want to help find the truth." Rashida's posture softened. Kirk reached across the table and took Karlie's hand. Mendices bowed his head. Yandi offered a small smile. The moment felt genuine, a flicker of unity in the flickering lights of reality TV. But before the director could call cut, a new alert buzzed on the crew's phones. Shakira herself had posted a statement, condemning the use of her private moments as weapons. The monitors immediately switched to the social feed. Cast and crew watched as Shakira's video played. She spoke of respect, phone boundaries, and personal pain exploited for entertainment. Her words landed like a gospel. Silence reigned. The producer covered her mouth, eyes wide. Rashida stood, voice steady. "We can't keep doing this at her expense." Karlie nodded, tears falling. Kirk closed his eyes and exhaled. Mendices placed a hand on Rashida's back. Yandi spoke softly. "We owe it to her, to ourselves, to be better." The cameras kept rolling. But this time, the footage felt less like a storyline and more like a confession. The day's shoot resumed with a new direction. An on-camera apology from all involved to Shakira and to each other. Scripts were scrapped. Lines were written on the spot. As the sun dipped lower, the cast turned away from staged drama and toward a fragile reconciliation. Tension still simmered, but for the first time since the clip leaked, they were fighting the right battle against manipulation, betrayal, and the relentless hunger for scandal. And somewhere in all the commotion, Rashida realized the real fight wasn't with Karlie or Scrappy or Shakira. It was with a culture that thrived on tearing people apart one leak at a time. She vowed to keep her friends close and her guard up, ready to face whatever twist this story threw her way. The hush in the studio was almost deafening as Rashida and Kirk stepped back onto the set for the third day of filming. Yesterday's roundtable and Tasha's confession had shifted the energy from accusation to uneasy truce. But Rashida knew the storm wasn't over. Somewhere beneath the smiles and apologies lay unanswered questions. As the crew reset lights and cameras, Rashida took a deep breath, remembering the moment she first learned of the clip. That same private laughter Scrappy and Shakira, joking about potential baby names, had been twisted into something cruel. The initial sting had turned to outrage when she'd seen Karlie replaying it on her phone, that smirk igniting the fire. Now the real culprit revealed, she still felt raw. The director called to action. They were to film a scene at a deserted courtyards, just simple walking and banter, but Rashida had asked for one change. She wanted Kirk by her side. A visual reminder of unity. So Kirk linked his arm through hers as they entered the courtyard. The sun was high, casting crisp shadows. Extra crew members hovered at the edges, phones ready. Rashida's pulse raced. This was where she would speak from the heart, not from a script. So the director prompted, "What's next for you, too?" Rashida glanced at Kirk, then directly into the camera. "We're rebuilding," she said softly, voice cracking with emotion. "And that takes time." Kirk squeezed her arm. "We faced betrayal, rumors, and a leak meant to destroy us," he added. "But we keep moving forward." The cameras captured every subtle shift. Rashida's head held high. Kirk's protective stance. Fans watching would feel their solidarity. Yet as they spoke, Rashida's mind flicked to Karlie's tearful confession in the booth. Karlie had insisted she was framed, that the clip's edits had made her seem complicit. Rashida wondered if she should believe it. After the director called cut, the producer approached with a tablet showing a fresh headline. "Production scandal takes a back seat as Rashida and Kirk stand firm." Rashida squared her shoulders. She wanted to address that next, this false narrative that still lingered. Kirk nodded, understanding her unspoken plan. They moved beside a stone fountain. The next shot was unplanned, a candid exchange. Rashida looked at Kirk, voice low for the rolling mics. "Do you think Karlie really had no idea?" Kirk's brow furrowed. "I want to believe her," he admitted. But her laughter, it felt celebratory. Rashida exhaled. "Why I need the full truth, Kirk." He stroked her hand. "We'll get it. We'll watch the raw footage, talk to everyone." She leaned into him. "Tonight, no cameras, just us." Kirk pressed a kiss to her temple. "Just us." Their promise, intimate and sincere, contrasted with the performative drama around them. Meanwhile, across the lot, Karlie prepared for her own scenes. She wore a soft gray hoodie, concealing the heavy heart beneath. The leak had nearly shattered her career. She'd watched lines of fans tweeting Karlie was the villain while celebrities weighed in on morning shows. Her agent had called "damage control is urgent," he'd said. Karlie knew apologies had to be public, but she also wanted to defend herself against the suggestion she'd stolen Rashida's truth. So she crafted a statement: "I am neither puppeteer nor betrayer. I was manipulated, and I vowed to expose the deceit." Back in the courtyard, Rashida took a moment to compose herself. Kirk went to check in with the director, leaving her alone. She scanned the fringes of the set and saw Tasha, still looking remorseful, approaching slowly. Rashida braced herself. "Tasha," she said, voice firm. The assistant lowered her head. "I'm sorry," Tasha whispered. "I never meant for it to become this." Rashida's anger flickered. She recalled Tasha's tearful admission, how easy it had been to blame Karlie. Now she looked at Tasha and saw genuine regret. "Do you know why this happened?" Rashida asked. Tasha blinked back tears. "I wanted attention, to be part of the gossip." "I didn't think it would hurt you." Rashida's breath caught. "Your choices hurt my marriage," she said quietly. Tasha nodded. "I'll do whatever it takes to help fix it." Rashida glanced toward Kirky, was watching from afar. She exhaled, letting some of the weight lift. "Then start by telling the full story," she said. The director called them back for another take. Cast and crew gathered around. Even Karlie and Mendices drifted into view. The producer announced they would shoot a new confessional segment with the entire group unified in purpose. As everyone took their places, Rashida looked around at these faces. Friends, betrayed friends, and her enemies. For a brief heartbeat, she felt the old wound reopen. But then she remembered Kirk's hand in hers, Tasha's shame, Karlie's tearful vow, and Yandi's unwavering support. This scene wouldn't be about blame. It would be about accountability. The cameras rolled. Erica spoke first, voice clear. "We all screwed up." Yandi nodded. "We let gossip define us." Karlie's voice wavered. "I was played," Tasha added. "I passed the clip believing it was harmless," DC said. "We underestimated how quickly pain can spread." Kirk glanced at Rashida, who took a steadying breath. When it was her turn, she spoke softly. "Trust is fragile. Takes one moment to break, dozens to rebuild. But we owe it to each other and to Shakira's dignity to do this right." Kirk squeezed her hand. Cameras captured the sincerity in their eyes. The director called cut. Sun had shifted, shadows lengthening. The impromptu confession footage would become a special web clip, underscoring the cast's vulnerability. As crew members buzzed about the next scene, Rashida felt a flicker of hope. The truth had surfaced, the culprit confessed, and the cast had bared their wounds. Yet she knew healing wouldn't end when the cameras turned off. Outside the courtyard gates, fans waited with their phones, hungry for the next update. Rashida met Kirk's gaze. "This is far from over," she whispered. Kirk nodded. "But we're not facing it alone." Together, they stepped off the set, ready for whatever real drama lay beyond the studio walls. The evening air was thick with anticipation as the cast gathered at a luxurious rooftop lounge for what was billed as an intimate wrap-up dinner. Fairy lights draped from pergolas cast a soft glow over polished tables, yet beneath the prettiness lay taut nerves. Rashida arrived first, slipping into a sleek black jumpsuit that hugged her curves and spoke of regained confidence. Kirk followed, bow tie loosened, eyes scanning the crowd for any hint of betrayal. They claimed this dinner was about closure, while Rashida could taste the tension in every past appetizer. She took a seat next to Yandi, who offered a sympathetic smile. Erica settled opposite, clutching her wine glass as if it were both shield and solace. Karlie and Mendices arrived hand in hand, an image of solidarity that seemed to mock Rashida's lingering doubts. Despite the apologies and shared tears earlier, a fragile undercurrent of suspicion pulsed beneath their composed exteriors. Servers glided through with platters of salmon tartare and miniature beef Wellingtons. The group made polite conversation about future projects, charity events, even rumors of a potential spin-off season. But every topic circled back to that fateful leak and the role each had played in the chaos. Rashida sipped her sparkling water, inhaling deeply before speaking. "It took a lot for me to stand here with all of you," she began, voice low yet firm. Heads turned. The moonlight caught the glint in Erica's eyes. "I've been processing forgiveness and betrayal in the same breath." The table grew still. Karlie's hand tightened around her napkin. Yandi leaned forward, while Mendices lowered his gaze, regret etched on his face. "We built our brand on being real," Rashida continued. "But real doesn't have to mean ruthless." She paused. "We weaponized personal moments like they were episodes of a show." The weight of her words settled across the table, and for the first time since the leak, no one spoke. The servers hovered, forks held midair, unsure if confrontation or reconciliation would follow. Erica set down her wine glass. Her expression was earnest. Regret softened her features. "I own my part," she said quietly. "It's quick to point blame, quick to mock, and slow to understand the pain I caused." She looked directly at Rashida. "I'm sorry for using my voice as a weapon." Rashida nodded once. That apology had been earned. Yanduwai spoke next, tone reflective. "I thought I was protecting Shakira by speaking out," she admitted. "I lost sight of the line between advocacy and exploitation." She glanced at Karlie. "And I'm sorry for adding fuel to a fire that never belonged to me." Rashida accepted the apology with a gentle smile, a gesture captured by discreet cameras that would later drive headlines about authentic healing. Karlie's chin trembled as she rose to stand. The clink of her bracelet echoed in the hush. "I was painted as the villain, and I let that define me for a moment," she said. "I know my heart." She looked at Rashida. "You were my sister. I should have protected you, not torn." "You, Dan? I'm so sorry." Kirk, seated nearest, offered his arm. "We forgive you," he said, his voice steady. Rashida's throat tightened at the sight of her husband's compassion and the cathartic release in Karlie's posture. Mendices cleared his throat, drawing attention. "I thought neutrality meant weakness," he confessed. "I tried to keep the peace by being invisible and ended up hurting my wife the most." He bowed his head. Rashida reached for his hand. "I felt abandoned," she said softly. "But I know your heart is with me." He smiled through tears, relief flooding his features. For a heartbeat. The group felt unitine as characters, but as flawed humans. Servers resumed their duties, placing shared desserts of dark chocolate mousse on the table. The mood softened as the group laughed at Yandi's anecdote about her kid's school play, and Erica teased Kirk about his karaoke performance earlier in the day. Even Karlie joined in, recalling a blooper from a previous shoot. That genuine laughter rippled through the cameras, promising fans a storyline of redemption rather than endless conflict. Just as the atmosphere lightened, a soft ping sounded from the lounge's communal screen. A notification from Shakira appeared, sending love and gratitude to everyone who remembered that private moments deserve respect. Here's to safeguarding each other's dignity. The message filled the screen, and the assembled cast exchanged looks of surprised emotion. Rashida's lips curved into a proud smile. Shakira's words validated their efforts. Servers distributed small glass candles, each inscribed with a word: trust, respect, forgiveness, unity. Rashida lit the candle labeled trust and passed it counterclockwise. Each person lit the next. Kirk for respect, Erica for forgiveness, Yandi for unity, Karlie for honesty, Mendices for love. The circle of lights symbolized a pact, moving forward together with the cameras off and the crew thinning out. The true closeness emerged. Rashida slipped beside Karlie, hands brushing. "I'm really happy we talked," she whispered. Karlie's reply was earnest. "Me too. I missed my friend." Rashida nodded, tears of relief glimmering. They embraced an unguarded moment that cameras had captured but couldn't dilute. Kirk and Mendices stepped aside, chuckling at the ease of their husband's banter. "We'll get through anything," Kirk said. Mendices nodded. Brotherhood preserved. Yandi and Erica joined them, swapping contact details for a joint charity initiative. Eager to rebuild their sisterhood and support causes beyond the cameras, the final shot of the evening captured the cast raising their glasses one last time. Smiles, genuine, eyes reflecting a journey from scandal to solidarity. The producers, usually hungry for conflict, nodded in approval. They had captured something rare: authentic reconciliation. As the rooftop lounge emptied and the crew packed away lights, Rashida lingered at the edge, looking out over the city skyline. Kirk wrapped an arm around her, pulling her close. "Did it?" he murmured. Rashida pressed her cheek against his chest. "Yes, but this is just the beginning," she replied. She knew the cameras might turn elsewhere tomorrow, but for now, she held tight to the fragile peace they had forged. The real drama life would continue, but tonight they had chosen healing over hysteria. And that was the most powerful story of all. The drama between Rashida and Karlie has shown us how quickly private moments can turn public and threaten everything we hold dear. You've seen friendships tested, marriages strained, and loyalties shift in the blink of an eye. Now it's your turn to weigh in. Do you believe Rashida should fully forgive Karlie after that public confrontation? Can Kirk and Mendices rebuild their trust, or will lingering doubts keep driving a wedge between them? And when the next scandal inevitably drops, where will you stand? Drop a comment below and let us know who you're rooting for. Are you on Team Rashida, demanding justice and accountability, or Team Karlie, believing in second chances and forgiveness? Smash that like button if you've been glued to every explosive moment, and share this video with your friends so they can join the conversation. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to stay up to date on every twist and turn in the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta saga. Your voice matters here. Tell us what you think, and let's keep this discussion going.